thought about this list I came across. So I'm scrolling on TikTok and I happened to come across a live where it seemed like these YNs, they created a little live and they were having this group chat about the greatest rappers of all time. And then I took a glimpse at this list right here. You know what I'm saying? And something didn't add up to me. The further and further I went down, the more discrepancies I saw that showed me that I don't think it was enough fathers in these children's lives, because how is Hove number 15 under G Herbo? How did Hove and DMX get under G Herbo? Now, the first top five, I can understand from a YN perspective, that's decent. You know, I can give them props for that because they got some heavy hitters in the top five that all of them deserve consideration of them spots. And if I'm keeping it 1,000 with you, I'm surprised they even know who Nas is. I'm surprised they ain't like Nas. You talking about the boy, the gay boy who be sliding down poles and dancing on that? Nah. Okay, so I'm surprised they even know who Nas is. But shout out to the YNs. The top five is elite. I can even say the top 10 is almost flawless with the exception of the order. The participants of the top 10, yeah, y'all got a little bit of soul. Y'all got some heart. Shout out to the YNs. They got a little bit of heart. They got switches, but they got heart to go with them switches too. Shout out to the YNs. But this number 11 through 15, it's got to be some type of sin, some type of blasphemy. It's got to be some type of corporal punishment, some type of jail sentence that you should be prosecuted for this number 14 and 15 that I'm looking at, because I just need an explanation. Like, half of the top 10 wouldn't be there if it wasn't for 14 and 15. So that's how I know a YN made this list. But let's hear a couple seconds of some of the banter that was going on regarding this conversation with the YNs, just so you can see who we dealing with in this conversation.
YB ain't never disappoint. Name 1 year YB disappointed.
Tory Lanez better than half this list.
So as you can already hear, the first artist mentioned is NBA YoungBoy. So we already know what generation we dealing with. So this is why I had to tap in to a couple of minutes of this live, you know, to hear the pulse of the streets, to hear where the kids are leaning towards. Whose hands are we putting the hip hop industry in after us? Like, what are their thoughts? How much love do they have for the game and for the craft? And people's top 10, top 15 lists that'll tell you how much they care about the craft, about the art, because you will see it reflected. You know, your own personal opinion can only go so far when you really care about the craft, because when you see a person who has it down to a science and who delivers impeccable performances, no matter whether they make your type of music or not, you have to give them a certain amount of credit. When certain artists deliver certain projects and make some certain accomplishments and they win certain awards, some of them sincerely deserve it because they have mastered the craft at a point where very few others have. But then some people's lists just reflect the music that they want to ride to with their homies, and we just can't take those opinions to heart when we're really discussing the legacies of hip hop. But yeah, So the first artist that they mentioned was NBA YoungBoy, and shout out YoungBoy. He on tour right now. He on a crazy run. He probably dropped about 40 albums, and he barely 24. Like, shout out NBA YoungBoy. He having his way, been having his way for a long time. So no hate to him, but why his name is being mentioned in a GOAT hip hop conversation, I can only ask the YNs for an explanation of that. Let's continue.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, niggas all crazy right now. Niggas about to get me tight.
Break your heart. Like,
It's 32 niggas, so you hop in the car and say, "Hey, bro, turn on Tory Lanez." Like, what the fuck?
Nah.
Okay, also sounds like somebody's fighting for Tory Lanez. And as you can hear, some guy was like, "Oh, so you jump in the car, you like turn on that Tory Lanez." And I hear that a lot too about Eminem. A lot of people say, "Who gets in the car and like turn on that Eminem?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, "Oh, that's disrespectful," but at the same time, it is kind of accurate because you can never take Eminem out of the top 10 of all time, but for a person's personal preference, Eminem could easily be taken out of their top 10. So I do understand. I definitely understand. But yeah, so somebody is fighting for Tory to be on the list, obviously. But Tory is elite. Let's not get that wrong. Tory is elite. He is a Drake and Trey Songz, or a Drake mixed with a freaking Miguel. Like, it's insane. Tory Lanez is two superstars in one, but I think right when he was getting ready to prove his greatness to the whole world, I think this Megan Thee Stallion case kind of threw a monkey wrench in his plans. So we may never actually, as a world, get to know how great Tory Lanez is on full display. But I personally know that Tory Lanez could definitely make an argument to be on someone's top 15 for sure. Maybe on the top 15, if we break down all of the elements of what it takes to be one of the greatest rappers of all time. Tory Lanez could definitely, make a case. But y'all, please, somebody tell me, maybe it's because Dirk in jail. Because I'm trying to understand. Maybe it's because Dirk in jail. Maybe, it got these YNs, tweaking out. Maybe they trying new drugs, trying to cope because they missing Schmirk, they missing Lil Durk. They ain't got Pooh Shiesty dropping, bangers no more. They ain't got Durk dropping bangers no more for the streets. Man, Lucci was down bad. Thug was down bad. I think it just messed up, everybody, vitamin levels, all of they blood pressures start getting out of whack, and they was getting dehydrated and probably trying new drugs, and damn near ODing. I don't know what's going on, because why is G Herbo anywhere near this list? Why is his stench even near this list? Herbo, I just watched the Herbo interview before recording this video, so don't get me wrong, Herbo doing his thing. Don't get me wrong, Herbo, he got the light right now. He just dropped, what I'm saying, that went legit, is going crazy, is running the streets right now. Don't get me wrong, Herbo, he's talk of the town right now. But how in the living fuck did you YNs put G Herbo on this list? And if I gotta speak on the name above G Herbo, unsubscribe from me right now and get far away from my page. Because we all love to turn up and go let our brains go on cruise control, to some yak. We all like to pull up some yak and bump some yak, But if you waste my time and sit in my face and ever think you gonna make a case to tell me that I need to put Kodak on the top 15 greatest of all time list, I'm gonna need your big toe. That's it. Let me get your. Here's a machete. Let me get your big toe up off you, big fella, because you're wasting my time. You're playing with my emotions at this point. Herbo, I understand. You know, I can give Herbo some respect. Yak. Herbo, I can give. You know, Herbo's grown over the time. But what? Come on now. 12 and 13. You know what? Friday the 13th. 12 is the feds. 12 and 13, they just fucked up numbers for us in general anyway. So I understand why y'all messed up 12 and 13, because YNs, you know what I'm saying, always got the shiesty mask on, always, you know, walking around in Halloween masks. They think they killers and monsters and you know what I'm saying, gremlins and all this shit. So, you know what I'm saying, they see the numbers 12, you know, they think they're being chased by the feds. They see the 13, you know what I'm saying, they think they're going to transform into a savage on the full moon. You know how that goes. So, you know, it makes sense for them to mess up a list when they get to number 12 or 13, because them numbers, you know what I'm saying, just kind of jog trauma inside the YNs. So I understand, but don't you ever put the scent of Kodak on the top 15 list ever again in none of your lifetimes, okay? For all your reincarnation believing motherfucker. None of your lifetimes. Don't you ever do this ever again. Mr. Crunch on TikTok, wherever you at. Don't. You need your ass whooped for even putting this on the screen and miseducating these young, non-frontal lobe brain developed having ass little boys and girls. You need your ass whooped, little Crunch. Even if yours ain't developed yet. Even if you a youngin' too. You need your ass whooped for being a bad influence and letting these motherfuckers talk you into putting Kodak and Herbo on a greatest of all time list like the rest of the world wasn't gonna be able to see. Anyway, let me stop being an unk, because I'm ready to put belt to ass. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this list. We gotta say the YNs. Let's just put 14 and 15 above 12 and 13, and we can sort all the rest out later. Y'all, Nikki, I'm just gonna ignore that for right now. We're gonna ignore that for right. But y'all let me know who y'all think should and should not be on this list, and do y'all think the YNs got it anywhere close to right? And if you a YN and if you agree with this list, let me know if I'm an old head and I'm just, you know, out of touch. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just left in the past and I don't know no more. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, Kodak and Herbo, maybe they been number one on the billboards for the last 5 years, and maybe I just been, you know, in a hole somewhere watching black and white television. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Am I getting old? Is it me? Like, comment, subscribe. And if you ain't above the age of 29, don't make no more lists. Gringo Gay is your boy, Edward Amigo, once again. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Yes, sir. Ski.